The Ohio State University men's basketball team may have finished under 500 for the first time since 2004 last season, but that doesn't mean that there's not areas for them to capitalize on heading into the 2023 season. My name is Tim Miller. I'm your host, your one and only host of the Views from the Shop podcast. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Of course, we're always brought to you by Big Banter Sports, your place, your one-stop shop for all things Big Ten sports, football, basketball. They've got you covered. Make sure to find Big Banter on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Threads, maybe on MySpace. Everywhere you can find them. So the Buckeyes have plenty of areas to capitalize on heading into the 2023 season. First, it's effective field goal percentage. Now, this is field goal percentage taking into account the additional point received from shots from behind the arc. Last season, they were incredible, especially toward the close of the year. In the final 5 games of the season, they were in the 99th percentile at 55.4% effective field goal percentage. And season long, they were in the 75th percentile. Now, it is a tiny sample size, but Eugene Brown III actually had the highest effective field goal percentage for Ohio State last season. Obviously, he departs away from Ohio State as a transfer, but second highest on the team was Felix Okpara. Now that air ball against Purdue in the Big Ten tournament semifinal game to start the game, that doesn't take away any additional points, although it was very bad. For most of the season, he was, of course, solid, shooting the ball 59.1% when it comes to effective field goal percentage. And that, by the way, of course, he's taking most of his shots from near the hoop. Regardless, he was still near 60% effective field goal percentage. Bruce Thornton as well. Very, very solid for Ohio State. Another freshman who played well for the Buckeyes and got a lot of minutes. Last season, he was at 52.5% effective field goal percentage. That's very, very good. Now, as a whole, the team was way above average, other than 2 players for Ohio State. One being Isaac Likely, or Ice Likely, as he's known, the other being Justice Sueing. Now, what does that mean for Ohio State? Well, first of all, their 2 worst shooters from effective field goal percentage standards last season are both now gone heading into the 2023 season. The second thing this means for Ohio State is that traditionally, Chris Holtmann teams, they're usually pretty good at shooting the basketball. That means freshmen coming in like Devin Royal, Tayson Chapman, Scotty Middleton, Austin Parks, and the transfers coming in as well, like Dale Bonner and Evan Mahaffey. Those players should step up and shoot the ball well. Now, this doesn't come just simply due to the fact that Ohio State has good offensive players, but it's a Chris Holtmann thing. This is a consistent trend that we're seeing from Chris Holtmann coach teams, not only at Ohio State, but previously when he's coached at Butler and even Gardner-Webb. So heading into the 2023 season, although there's not a lot of good to take from the previous season as a whole, one thing Ohio State needs to continue is shooting well when it comes to effective field goal percentage. And by the way, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe, find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you find your podcasts. We're going to continue to bring you great coverage, not only on YouTube, but wherever you get your podcast.